It was forecast -2 this morning, and it did not happen. Tomorrow morning is forecast -2 again with the clouds and the wind. I don't think it's gonna happen as well. So I'm doing an uglification of my beautiful succulents. Now they all look ugly because I sprayed them with my Seaweed solution, double strength. Well, normally the recommended dosage is what I don't use. Now I'm using it because my plants have suffered long enough. I haven't been giving them any Seaweed solution for a while because we've been getting a lot of rain. So, but then now, since it rained again the other day, and there's still a little bit of wetness on a lot of the succulents. I got splashed on my camera, that's not good. But anyway, I should probably do this later on. And so now I'm just showing you that there's nothing to be afraid of. In the past years, this is the state of my succulents when I wasn't doing a lot of videos of them. And so I was giving them a lot of seaweed solution and also watering them when they need it. Now, these past couple of years, I have neglected giving them seaweed solution very rarely because we've been getting a lot of rain. So they have been starved, and these ones are only new in my care, but they're already sort of suffering. Right now, this one's is just going shiny from the frost. So I thought I actually got a couple, look, too much water, so they split. Now the bottom, I've already removed a couple of leaves. There's a lot of water present in there because that weed, the oxalis, is growing in there. So that tells me that there's a lot of water in the soil. So they don't need watering. But the succulents are suffering the effect of the frost this year more than any other year. The only different thing I haven't been doing is giving them my seaweed solution. So I have gone double strength, which is the normal, so dark, recommended dosage. And so I'm giving them a drink. But I will come back to you because I'm just gonna need to puff them all off before they dry up. My variegated Chihuahuensis has got a little dose of seaweed as well. So I don't know what you look like. I think I might need to puff off a little bit more. No, that's good enough. I need to put some seaweed on them. Look, I sprayed them everywhere because that coats the leaves of a little bit of oil and also the seaweed. Apparently, well, I've just, in my experience, they have been responding really well with the seaweed coating. So even my imbricata here, look, this big imbricata, look, I'm punishing you. But anyway, I noticed that in the past few days, when we're having the frost, this is what happens to my Beyonce, slowly, one leaf at a time. They're shriveling up and dying from the frost. They go shiny first, and then after that they start getting frozen when we had -5, almost -7. And so now, see, look, the bottom has lost a few leaves. So now I'm giving them a whole heap of seaweed. Even the mini gosaon variegated, which are expensive plants, I hate to lose them. That one is actually frost hardy, but still I'm giving it some loving seaweed. Now these ones, I don't know how you are, but this one is amethyst. Looking at that plant, that looks similar to Bloody Maria, which is also a very hardy plant, and I think that's a hybrid of, I think, maybe Black Prince as well. But anywho, don't be afraid to torture your plant like I do. Now this Mia, I had one Mia died on the transplant. This is in autumn, and these ones now are, look, see, leaves drying off. I'm not gonna pull that off. I was almost tempted. The Aeoniums, I am heartbroken over my Aeoniums. These are newly purchased and they're all protected in here. and cuttings I've taken from my garden, and I put them all in that pot there. And that one that was actually purchased like a couple of months ago. Now it's winter here, that hasn't grown and also suffered from the frost from the different locations, so I move it in here so it can be protected. What are you, Amazing Grace? Let's see how amazingly you handle that. This is your first seaweed solution bath. I just found out recently that this Joyce Tulloch are not frost hardy. If they're grown in here in a protected area, they have survived their winter frosts. I've got a couple of pots growing inside wherein they got hit by the frost in a more open area, even in my 50% UV shade cloth area here. So these ones have grown compact because when it's cold they try to go huddle up and say, no, I don't want to expose myself to the cold. This one now, I have to puff that away. I'll just move my camera away just a little bit, but I still need some seaweed to settle on top, and that's the reason why I don't rinse them. And even this one, this Mendoza, which got plucked by the birds before, see, if they didn't pluck all the plants in between there it would be growing as thick as this now. Imagine that. But those birds, they know which one tastes good and which one doesn't. Hang on, I can't help this one. Amazing Grace, sorry, I have to really just pop off just a little bit. This Pacaveria powder puff, this is actually a variegated form. So this is a very frost hardy plant grown out in the open in the sun. They seem to lose their color, and then so I decided to put it here, and then now the color came back. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? It's just gorgeous. But up the top where I think it's getting more light, it's probably less colorful. I don't know what it looks like there, and it's also flowering. So that's how frost hardy this plant is. All those ones with the toothpicks, they are only newly purchased. When I say newly purchased, I've had this for about a month with me, and I potted them up, and I haven't watered them since, but they are getting watered just a little bit because the pot is a little bit heavy. So you got different succulents in here. I'm not going to go through them one by one, but if you see some toothpicks sort of supporting them on the side, that means they're only newly purchased or my propagated ones. But this ones happens to be not propagated, so I am going to grow them and hopefully propagate some plants from them. But for the meantime, they are not being watered by me. I'm just leaving them alone for the next couple of months, and they'll probably get a watering in springtime, or if I feel that they do, because see, like that one there, the leaves is quite soft, but the center is quite perky. So I'm still gonna leave it until the last bottom leaves in the bottom sort of really shriveled up. Then that's an indication for me to water them. Otherwise, I'm gonna leave them as is. All my babies here, these are all leaf grown or tiny, weeny, teeny, weeny baby leaf grown or cuttings. I've separated them from the mother. This is my babina, so they are tiny. But look, see, look how tiny that is. See, okay, my little, oh, sorry, I just broke a plant here. Anyway, I can't twist anymore. Maybe the size of my, I don't want to do the middle finger, but I think they're about the size of my middle finger here. I'm naughty, I know. But anyway, so these are all cuttings, so I've given them a good drink of seaweed. Also, my whimsy up the top, they're looking so ugly. It's almost dark. It's getting, I think, about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. But anyway, so these whimsies, I've given them, look, they're still dripping. Look at that, some amber nectar dripping in there. So I've given them all a good drink, and even that one there. So hopefully we don't get frost tonight, and if we do, it's only going to be probably -2, -3 max. But so how I know this, what I do is I lick my finger and I put it on the air like that. See, that's not the middle finger, and I feel the air, whether it's going to be cold or not, and it's actually quite warm. So according to my thermometer here, that is the temperature at the moment. So it's going to take a long time before it drops to, say, 8 degrees or 10 degrees below. So I am confident, even though the forecast says we're gonna get frost, I'm sure we are not going to get frost. Grow, baby, grow. Now this coconut ice and my Medusa, look, suffered a little bit from the frost, so I'm gonna give you a drink. I'm giving all my succulents a drink of seaweed. Look at that. So I call this uglification of my succulent nation. I am silly girl, but I'm happy. Oh, by the way, before I go away, I'm gonna share with you my happiness. Okay, I'm always happy, by the way. In the morning when I wake up, I make hubby's breakfast. Before I even make my coffee, I attend to his needs. That's just the sort of thing I do. Not because I'm forced to do it, because I just love doing that. Anyway, I make his breakfast, and as I make or cook his breakfast, I sing. Because you know why? It makes me happy and I forget that I'm actually working and cooking. So it becomes enjoyable. It just sets the mood. Okay, now we're gonna have frozen seaweed if we do have frost tomorrow. Stay happy, keep smiling, because if you smile, all those muscles that you're moving in your face, I don't know how many thousands or millions of muscles move. Okay, hang on. Sorry, I'm gonna uglify you too. Then it keeps you young, keeps you looking young. I have a friend who's, how old is she? She's about 46, and I am almost 60. And she keeps forgetting that I'm almost 60 because I'm always happy. That's why she says, sorry, I kept forgetting that you're old. 60 is not old, still very young. I still gonna live up to another 60 years. 126 is when I die. Anyway, guys, that's all I've got for you for my silliness. Oh, also this one, I better spray you with my ugliphant. I can smell the seaweed. It stinks, but it's good for the babies. Ah, see, look. I came out here this morning and it was -3. So I was really worried because, oh look, there's still some water in that one there, or dark water from the seaweed. See, there's all the marks. And so everything here, I just sprayed them. And so they are all fine. They might look a little bit ugly because they're stained, but they would have survived the frost better if I would have even given them some, oh look, the Tesla, gorgeous. If I've given them more drinks before in the past and not neglected them. And also those ones, that one was on its way out. The Fred Ives variegated. It's been attacked by aphids. A couple of the babies have died from aphids, but that one is surviving, so hopefully it will survive through the winter. Now check out Lolita here. See that black is in the bottom there? See? That's all seaweed. Oops, don't fall off. So you can see I'm such a terrible mom. You know, sometimes you have to give your kids vitamins even though they don't want to drink it, and you hide it in their food and in their drinks. Yeah, because it's good for them. So they might look ugly now, but they will become stronger plants. So even this one, I have a Subrigida that went really, really, really big. And over winter it died, of course, because it did not have its vitamins. I did not spray my Crispate Beauty because this is quite a frost hardy plant, so it doesn't need juicing like that one. That's a PVN, but that PVN has been showing signs of suffering malnutrition, plus it's not altogether that frost hardy. So I gave it some drink. Oh my goodness, what have I done to you? Blood moon. Well, you're now a black moon. But that's fine, that's gonna come off. Nothing's gonna touch you now. See, it's starting to have some aphids because of the flowers forming or growing out of it. I don't know if it's even babies. So it's got all those dark spots. So it really needs some seaweed solution. The expensive ones here, or my precious ones, they're all precious, but monetary wise, these ones are the expensive ones. To me, they are all expensive because you put in your time and your love and your care and your attention, and of course they become priceless. That's Gilo with bump, but doesn't matter. You will become stronger. The best baits I really want to propagate this. Ah, you stink. You just have to smell because it doesn't look like it's got seaweed, but it does. I did spray it. I wanna chop its head off, but it's not giving me the head. So it's growing wide in the bottom, but the center of it is still small. So it's like saying to me, I don't want my head chopped off. Please don't chop my head off. Okay, I'm not gonna chop off your head for a while. Okay, we'll suspend the chopping. You don't need any seaweed, but I still accidentally sprayed you from the top, or it got dropped. I have to find a spot for my plants that's inside that I potted up. So, ooh, look, ants are coming. They too have a right to life. Not in my garden, sorry. If I find you, I will kill you. No, but in here I got some spot now to put some new plants. Anyway, guys, that's all I've got for this, and I'll see you on the next video. All my babies, they have a good drink of the seaweed. Oh, they'll be happy now. They're going to, these are my propagations. This pot here is only a couple of cuttings, and most of them are actually grown from leaves. Leaves. Okay, look at that. The date, the 1st of October 2022. Oh, now 2023. I just got you. Oh, it is last year, sorry. Sometimes I'm losing my dates. Okay, but they look beautiful. So it takes a long time for the leaves to grow, but anyway, these ones here, they're all looking nice and lovely. So many babies to put in the garden. Soon in spring, you are going to graduate from here and be into the big wide world.